with the natural resources, only one natural resources, that is air. I told you to read that topic and come out with your doubts. Anyone having any doubt? You can ask. No doubt? That is good. Okay, fine. Then we will continue with the other two resources. That is what? Water and land are remaining now. On our BMC online education portal, our topic is science and my name is Gitanjali Taide. And today's unit is natural resources, air, water and land is going on. So let's recall yesterday what we studied. The element available in a nature which is fulfill our basic needs of a living things are called as what? Natural resources. So definition of a natural resources is what? Element or the resource or the thing which are present around us and they are fulfilling our basic need, they are called as a natural resources and they are originate in a nature only, they are not artificial one. So air, water and land are the important natural resources. We discuss why air is so important one. We seen very much application uses of that air. So air is a mixture of gases and there are different layer of atmosphere like a stratosphere, mesosphere, exosphere, and then air become rare at a higher altitude, like means at the troposphere it is having 80% gases mixture, and as we go above, the mixture get or the air quantity get lesser and lesser. Air pollution, then we studied about the air pollution, causes of air pollution. Air pollution is increasing day by day due to the harmful gases which is give out through the combustion of a fuel, fossil fuel we are burning. Because of that, what happening, CFC gases are released more in the air, which is causing one air pollution. Pollution means mixing of a harmful chemical in the air, that is pollutant. Mixing of pollutant in the air is called as a, then the air is called as a air get polluted, that is the air is pollution. Then the ozone layer, it is a protective layer present between the troposphere and the stratosphere, which is helping from what? UV rays, harmful UV rays coming on the earth through the sun. Ozone layer is protecting us from them. So this is the yesterday's topic, and today's our topic is what? Natural resources of water is there. Today's topic, today's natural resource is water, which is unable to survive and flourish. Why? Again, you have to question yourself why we are studying this. Then this is a very important resource, because without water we cannot survive. Means without food we can survive for many days, but without water we cannot survive for one day or for a few hours. After few hours we require water, because all our metabolic activities are depend on the water. Our body constitute more than 70 to 80% of water, and for a blood circulation again it is required, water is required. So water is very much important for all living things, all living organism. As we studied yesterday, seen that why the earth only is having the living organism or a life on the earth, because of the presence of all three four natural resources. Because of that, life is flourished on the earth, and one of the major natural resources is water. So no life without water. As we seen that, is there life on the moon? Yes. Is there life, any living organism on the moon?
No, me.
No. On a Mars?
No.
No, because
No,
there is no
no,
water. Did we find water on a Mars or on the moon?
no.
No water on the Mars and moon.
Oh, very good. No water on the Mars and moon also. So without water, hence we are concluded there may be not living organism. There are no life on the moon or on the Mars, at least, because there is no water. That means water is a supportive, life supportive natural resources. So most part is ocean, which water, how the where the water is present, most part is present in the ocean, seas, ice sheet, glaciers, rivers, lake, reservoir, underground water. Glaciers means, do you know what do you mean by glaciers? Glaciers. Glaciers means it is a river of ice. Ice, in simple term, you can say that is the ice river. Frozen ice which is present in the polar region or on the Himalaya region. So in that region, there is a glaciers means moving ice. So in other term, we can say a river of ice. So that one is called as a glaciers. Okay, just like a river, in river liquid water is present, but in a glacier solid water is present. So 3% fresh water and 71% earth surface is covered with the water. As you know, the earth is called as a blue planet. Why it is called blue planet? Because the abundance presence of a water. 71% of a earth or a globe is occupied by the water, hence it is called as a blue planet or a water planet. Okay, then formation of a water. It is a colorless. If we go few properties of a water, then it is a colorless, transparent. Yes. Main constituent of a stream, ocean, lake. Yes, mainly it is present in a stream, ocean, and lakes. Important fluid of a sustaining life. Without water, as I said, key metabolic activity and everything is depend on that. Chemical formula of a water is H2O. See here, H2O is the chemical formula. What is H2O indicating? What? See this diagram, then you will understand. H stand for hydrogen and O stand for oxygen. So H2 means there are 2 atoms of a hydrogen and 1 atom of a oxygen is there, and they are binding together, bound together by a 2 covalent bond. So this is the structure of a water molecule actually. So H2O is the chemical formula. Hydrogen and these are the covalent bond. This rod like structure you see, this is called as a bond, which is a covalent bond. And water is a universal solvent. Universal solvent means most of the things, more than 90% things get dissolved in a water. So it is called as a universal solvent. Solvent means the things which get dissolved in that liquid is called as a solvent. This is what? Just observe the screen. Yes, it indicating what? Common term for this?
Miss, water cycle.
Very good. Water cycle is this. So what it include, Rudraksh? First step is what? Here see, number 1.
Evaporation.
Yes, evaporation means what? Anybody can explain this process?
Ma'am, vapors, water vapors.
Yes, Rudraksh, you are unmuted now. You can speak.
Miss, first the lake's water evaporate and the water's vapors goes to the cloud, and cloud contains the vapors vapors into the ice, and when the after sunny season the ice in the clouds were melted, so it comes out rain.
Very good, Pankini. Very good. Pankini explained very well. See, this is the cyclic form, water cycle. It is a cyclic form. So we can start with the any step first because it is a cycle, circular way. So first we are considering for our easiness, evaporation is the first step. In that, what is happening? The water vapors, water get converted into the vapor form because of the sunlight. And after that, second is second process of evaporation, or the second part of the water vapor is a transpiration. That is, green plants are releasing water in the form of a water vapor. That is called as a transpiration. Evaporation and transpiration together form condensation. When the water turn into the form of a water vapor, then it goes above because of the low density. It's rise, go up and up and up, and at certain stage it get condensed. Condensed means now it turn into the ice form, you can say, or the water droplet form. And then after condensation, they form a cloud. When the cloud reach more above, then that water droplet convert into the ice flake like structure, and they start precipitation. Precipitation means now raining. It is now start raining. And after raining, it again get collected through the runout of the water, and again mix into the different river, lake, and the ocean form. Okay, so this is the water cycle, which include evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, and collection of water. Very good. So how many percentage of water all over, though the earth is called as what? Blue planet, but the distribution of a water on the planet is like this. That is the 97%. Yes, 97% of a water present in the form of an ocean, and out of that, how many? 2% water present in a polar ice, and the only 1% of a water present in a groundwater form, which is a less than 1% or a 1%, you can consider. And which water we can use out of this? So river and lake water we can use most probably groundwater, river water, lake water, which is how much it's count? Less than 1%. Means though our planet is water planet or a blue planet, then only the availability of a water is very less. Less than 1% water is available to us to use, because 97 water is present in the form of a ocean, and oceanic water we cannot use for a drinking purpose. In many countries it is used for the other purpose by purification. They are purifying, Middle East countries, they are purifying this water and use for their daily life. In even in our southern, some coastal cities are using this ocean water, but not for the drinking purpose, because it's not till get that much pure, or we are not able to eliminate all the salt from that water. So the less than 1% water is available with us for our drinking water or a usable water. That is also called a potable water. Okay. So states of a water. Water is available in a 3 different states that you know. One is a solid state. Solid state means we are talking about the ice. Other is a liquid state, which is we are familiar with, that we are using this form of a water mainly. And third one is the gaseous state. Gaseous state means water vapor. When we boil water at the 100 degrees Celsius, water turn into the vapor form. Then that means water available in a 3 different state: solid, liquid, and gaseous. Solid state is called as the ice, liquid state is a drinking or potable water, and gaseous state means the water vapors are there. Then importance of water. Why we are studying this? Why water is important? As we discussed, it is useful for our agriculture purpose, because no agriculture activity carried out without water. For growing plant, crop, water is required, or the essential part. The next one is a drinking water. Yes, for drinking. Why we drink water? Not only because we feel thirsty, but we drink water because metabolic activity, blood circulation, everything is depend on that. So we drink water. Then our health is depend on that, because if the water constituent of our body get imbalanced, then we feel very tired, headache, migraine, everything is happening with us. So for the health purpose, water is again essential. And in each day, how much water we should eat? At least 8 glass. 8 glasses of water we should eat. And if we count in a liter, 5 to 6 liter water should we intake for our good health. Then regulator. Water is act as water regulator, because how it regulating our body temperature. Water is regulating our body temperature. In summer we drink more water, in winter we intake less water. That's because water is act as a regulatory agent, and our body temperature should remain at a 37 degrees Celsius is a very important, and the water is playing very crucial role in that. Then intoxication. Intoxication means removal of a toxins. Removal of a toxins means water remove toxins, means harmful chemical from our body in the form of a sweat and the urine. So intoxication is the other important work of the water. Then washing and everything, it is the, yes, but these are the secondary purpose. We can say the primary application of a water are the intoxication, regulation, and health is the primary factor work of this water. So the water is very important to us, and for that reason we are studying as a natural resources, water as a natural resources. Okay, so then why the water scarcity is there? Water is an important resource, yet we are using water for a drinking, washing, cooking, cleaning, getting washed due to the why water, though the our planet is what blue planet or a water planet, then only we are facing nowadays water scarcity. Why this is happening? Because our, as we seen in that pie diagram also, there is a less than 1% water available for the humankind or our uses. And the other reason is getting wasted. We are wasting water at a large scale. See, when we are present in our house, we are not bothered if our tap is running down. You know, if tap is just tripping, tip, 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 but we are not bothered. No one is going to close that properly. If we are in a public place again, then we are become so careless that no one at all seeing that tap if that running continuously. Everyone is saying it is not my work or it is not my property also, and such a way we are wasting lots of water. So we should take care, we must take care, because it is our duty to conserve all these natural resources. All these are, we are getting very much free, totally 100% free we are getting, but we have to take care all these properties or the natural resources, but at least for our benefit, isn't it? And for that reason you are studying this, because now it's your duty to make aware other people's. Now you studied this importance of water, how much water is available on the earth, and how much importance to our daily life also. So it should be get conserved, isn't it? And that now this is your duty to aware others. To, you should close the tap, you should use minimum water, you must drink a sufficient amount of a water. So everything should, you have to aware the people now. So most popular population affected by the scarcity of water. Yes, most of the population are facing this problem of available of a scarcity, means shortage of a water. Scarcity means what? Shortage of a water. Yes or no? Delhi, we are getting only 2 hours water through our tap, isn't it? That means because of a shortage, our government can provide water for a limited period, and that we have to store for our whole day purpose. Okay. So cause of a water scarcity, what are the causes? Most of the water not fit for a consumption, as we seen in a table, 97% water present in the ocean. So it is not fit for our consumption. Limited accessibility to potable water. Potable water means drinking water. There may be a limited accessibility because of the less number, less than 1% water is available for the drinking purpose. So it is less accessibility. There may be or the system, not a proper system should not be there. Maybe rainwater harvested, we are very less bothered about the rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting means what? Conserving or the storing this rainwater in a different form, in a different sources, so we can utilize after monsoon also. So we are less bother for that. Though we are a monsoon country, we get 4 month rains, but then only we are not collecting this rainwater 100%. If we are able to collect this rainwater 100%, then this shortage maybe get reduced at a large scale. Overuse of a water, many times we are just overusing. Though we required only 1 mug of a water for brushing our teeth, we are continuously open our tap, and what we do, just go on brushing for 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, what will happen? Lots of water get run off. Maybe 100 liter water get run off during that 5 minutes time. But if we close that tap and just use a brush our teeth, and uh, after that we can just clean our mouth or a teeth with the 10 liter, less than 5 liter water. So that should be overuse of water should be decreases. Increase in a population is the other cause. Industrialization, urbanization is the other one causes of the water scarcity or the water shortage. Then the conservation of water is the immediate effect to sustainable life on the earth. Yes, we must conserve the water in the way we can. That means we can minimize, we can reuse, we can reduce, all three type of R which we studied in a yesterday's lesson. So we have to follow all these things. And why we are doing? Because it is our natural resources and now it is our duty to conserve our resources. So the next resource is what? Land resources, which is again the third resource, natural resources. Land, essential natural resource, survive and prosperity of the humanity. It is a very, again, after that water and air, land is the important one. You will think, why teacher is saying land is the important one? Is that really important to us? Yes, Pankini?
Yes, teacher, land is important to us also, because without land we can stand, and without land we can't grow plants also.
Yes, very good, Pankini. Nikhil, yes, answer. You are unmuted, Nikhil. Not audible, Nikhil. Okay, Namrata also want to speak.
Yes, Miss, land is important because we live on the land.
And yes, we live on the land. Very correct.
And
Because
we grow plants.
yes, very good. So we live on the lands. For that reason, land is important to us. And the next one, or the primary one, is what? We grow plants, or the crop or the food what we are eating is getting from the land only. So the land is very much important to us and it is important natural resources. And what is the form of a land? Land means you don't consider only the flat region of the land, but land constitute stone, soil, and big rocks, mountain, hilly region. All these come under what? Land purpose only. Okay. So land, here it is, essential natural resources, survive and the prosperity of a humanity, form of a present in the form of a stone, soil, big rocks. Terrestrial animals, man lives on the land because it is provide habitat to the all the living organism. So land is important as a house or the support system. Some digging, burrowing animal get shelter inside the land. Land fulfill needs of a living organism, isn't it? Farming and building houses is the important one, because without land we cannot get our food. We get food from the plant, and for a growing plant we require the land. So land fulfill our need of what? Daily life process, or the food requirement is get fulfilled by the land. Again, the mining process, so many activities or the earning activities are depend on the land, like mining and many things, transportation and everything, every life purpose the land is supporting to us. So we are studying land as a natural resources. So there are a different layer of a soil. See in this diagram, you can find there are at least 4 layer of a soil. The topmost soil is called as a topsoil, or a horizon, which is covered with the humus. Humus means the leaf following from the trees, and it is just like a dark substances. So this is the humus, top one. Below that, topsoil is there. After that, the little bit brownish is the immature soil, or the subsoil you can say. And below that you find the mother rock or the bedrock. From that actually all this soil is formed. This about topsoil region are formed by this bedrock region. So there are basically 3 region: bedrock, subsoil, and the topsoil. And plant can grow in between this 2 region, means the root of a plant can penetrate through this 2 region, that is a topsoil and a subsoil. Then soil formation. Soil is formed by the process is called as what? Weathering. isn't it? Weathering is the process by which rocks are broken down into small space. If you observe this diagram, you will find, see, this rock is now start weathering by the process of what? By the process of wind and the water, rock convert into the small particles. See there, weathering and the erosion of a soil. If we find this GIF, so take a soil formation take a thousands of years to form. 1 inch of a soil layer required 100 years. To develop 1 inch of a soil layer, it required 100 years to form. That means it is a very slow process, so it is a very much important, isn't it? It is continuously forming, but the time taken is a very long time. Big rocks break down into the smaller rocks. Rocks are broken by the process of a weathering. Natural force called agent. Rocks, how the rocks get broken down? With the help of a land or the water or the wind, and into the tiny particles. This tiny particle get again break down into the fine particle, and the soil is formed. In that, biological agent are involved, like animal or living organism activity. Plant roots are again playing major role in that, which is just penetrating the soil and broken down, and so on. This is the soil formation process. So weathering, weathering in physical weathering. Physical weathering means wind and water. Biological weathering means plant and animals are in. Soil erosion. See this diagram. Whenever you find such a type of a diagrams or such a type of a scene around you, that means soil get erode. You can say that this soil is get what? Erode. See this trenches of a water trenches, these cracks, this valley-like region. That means from this region, most of the soil get run off through the water or by the wind. This is the soil erosion. What is mean by soil erosion? In simple term, you can say removal of a top layer of a soil from any region. It is called as a soil erosion. Soil get erode, soil get removed from the top region. And as we know, for development of a soil, it takes hundreds years. So that means after so many years, this portion get covered up or get fulfilled. Okay. Then causes of a soil erosion. How the soil get erode? The various factors are involved in soil erosion. One is the wind, water, overgrazing, and deforestation. So the various causes, see in this GIF also you can find water is running off lots of soil. Wind is again eroding soil, but in a dry region it is playing crucial role. But in other region, water is playing very important role for the erosion of a soil. Overgrazing means farmer are grazing their animal in a one place only repeatedly. So what will happen? So that land become barren, and that barren land again get erode very easily. Then deforestation, human beings are just cutting down the trees. That is called cutting of a trees is called as a deforestation, and which is again expose the soil and which cause the soil erosion. Then conservation of a soil. Then what we will do for that, because it is a very much important natural resource. So we should do something for that. So to conserve or to protect the soil, we can do afforestation. Opposite of a deforestation means cutting of a tree. So afforestation means planting a tree. Crop rotation, farmers can follow the crop rotation pattern, means after one crop, when he plant another crop, that time a few months or a few days are empty days. In that days, the land is totally empty, there is no crop. So farmer can opt for the crop rotation. So he can go for a few days plant, means Kharif and Rabi. In between that, he can plant for some vegetables to in that field. So the soil become covered totally, and it is called as a crop rotation. So farmer can opt for this crop rotation. Then terrace farming. In this diagram you can see the terrace farming just totally changed the scenario of this region. What happened? Terrace farming means, because water and winds are a crucial player in this soil erosion. So soil get erode easily from the mountain region. See, this is the totally barren. There is no life or the plant on this mountain. But when the people start following the terrace farming means farming in this step-by-step manner. In this diagram, you are seeing step by step, people just making this step like structure, so the water, when the water run off, it will not easily carry the soil along with that. And again the people get what the crop or the food stuff we can also get. So this is a very important for the mountain region, and it is really changing the scenario of this mountain and the lifestyle of the people also, because people engage in this terrace farming activity. And the building dams, yes, building dams to stop the erosion, because river is carrying lots of soil along with her. So to just erode out, we can build dams and reduce the soil erosion. So these are the some this one steps we can take for the conservation of a soil. Okay, so this is the end of a lesson. So what we studied in this lesson: so what water, we studied about the water. Then we studied,
Importance of water and land.
yes,
Importance of water and land.
very good, very good. So water conservation important. What step you will follow for the conservation of a water is important. Then the other or resources, land, we see how it is supporting for us, land, how it is supporting for our daily activity, or the we can stand, we can leave, everything is on our land, we are carried out. And next thing is what? The conservation, soil erosion, how the soil get erode, causes of a soil erosion, and how we can conserve that soil. These are the different forms. And this is the end of a lesson. Is there any doubt? You can ask now.
No, miss.
No, but reading is important one. You just read textbook, go through many activity, observe your surroundings, so you will better understand your this lesson. Science, for better understand of a science, observation is a very important, as I told you previously also. So go on observing the things. Just I shown you new diagram, many things are surrounding us, so you can follow those things, and you can proactively just take care of our water wastage. You can turn off the tap or the pipe leakage, you can maintain that, or you can complain somewhere else, or you can report to your elder or your parents to just get it done. Okay, so these are the things. So thank you all.